everyone, my name is Savina Volchanova and I am working as a ServiceNow Developer in Digital and Software Solutions. In this lesson I will show you how Access Control List works in the ServiceNow. ACL are rules that control access on the platform. We have several options to give permission for access. The first one is to the table, the second one is to the field, and the third one is advanced script logic, which should return true or false for access. A user must pass all ACLs to access the object. And now we have another question. Who can manage ACLs? Of course, only the users with admin role can edit, create or delete ACLs in ServiceNow. That's because access control lists control access the data, who can see it, edit, or even if it loads at all, so they are considered part of the system's core security. Even if someone has the security admin role, they still need to be admin to work with access control list. I'm going to show you 3 cases of these 3 different levels, but before that we need to change the role to security admin to have access to create ACLs. We are going here, we click on the security admin. Now we have role admin and security admin. For our first case, we are going to make role-based ACL. In the navigator, we write access control here, and now we are able to make new access control. For the demonstration, we are going to make these rules on a custom table, which is contract repository. We are going to work only on the table, not on the specific field or something else. We are going to do this ACL on the table. And our goal is only user with admin role can delete this record. So our operation is going to be delete. Decision type is going to be allow if. We have this row, and down on the row section we insert admin role for the contract. We have custom role for this. As you can see, we have 3 different roles for this table. So we need admin. And now what we have for the ACL, we have delete operation on the table, only allow for users with the role admin. We are saving, continue. And now we have our access control here. Now we should test, of course, if it works, so we are going to impersonate the user with this role. I already set up contract admin to be this user, Abel Tutter. We impersonate him. We go to the table, and now we select some of the records, and let's see if we have this access to delete. Yes, we can delete, but for now we are not deleting, just to show you. Now let's see someone else who hasn't admin role, and for this we are going to impersonate someone else, for example Bet. Again we go to the table, let's try again to delete these records. We select them and up, we are not able to delete. So this is how our first access control work. Only users with admin role for this table have access to delete. Okay, we are ending impersonation. And again, we are going to the access control list. Now, for our second case, we are going to do condition based. Again, new access control. And for the second case, we're going to make only requesters of this contract, because we have also role contract requester can only edit contracts if the status of the contract is in draft. But we're gonna change the decision type to deny unless. As I said, we need write access. Again, our table is contract repository. And because we are working in a record, we need to select write operation for all of the fields. So the star means in our table contract repository, in the records, all of the fields, we apply this ACL. And here for the row, we are writing contract request. We save it, and down here to the data condition, we are going to set contract status to be draft, only in this case. Okay, just to check again. Second case operation, right? Deny unless contract repository table, all fields, we apply on the all fields in the records. Row is contract requester, and our data condition is contract status to be in draft. We save this ACL. Okay, now of course we should test this. So, person who has contract request, there is, in our case, bet align. Okay, we go to the table, and now we are going to search record with status draft. Not this one, not this one. We continue. Okay, here we have status draft, and as you can see, we are able to edit fields and also to add a file. Now, as you can see, this works in status draft, but let's see if we are another person with another row or without row. I'm going to copy this number because this is our record with status draft. We are going to impersonate someone else, for example, Andrew Och. He hasn't this row contract requester. We go to the table, we paste the number of the contract, and let's see, we are not able to edit this record in status draft. As you can see, it works. Okay, we end impersonating, and now for our last case, we are going to make ACL with script logic. This means advance. Again, we go to the access control list. We're going to create a new ACL. Operation is going to be create, and what we want to do is, our goal is admins can create if the record is new. In this case, we're gonna apply ACL. Now, operation create, table name again, contract repository. Here we skip the required rows and also data condition, and as you can see now there is no field for scripting, but when we click advanced option, scroll down, and now we have this script field. Here, when we want to have this access, as I said, we need to have contract admin row. So answer is going to be has row admin. In our case, this is you contract admin. Usually we use script for more advanced logic, but this is just for demo. I'm showing you how it works also in script. Okay, let's see, everything is okay. Operation create, contract repository, for the table we apply this ACL, and also script. Okay, let's see, we save the ACL. Okay, we have it. Now we impersonate someone with admin access. In our case is again user Abel tutor. And here in the table you can see we have button new, so we can create new repository. Okay, I'm not creating new now, but we have access to create on the table. But let's see if we are another user, for example Andrew Hodge. We impersonate him, again to the table, and here we don't have button new, so we are not able to create a new record, only users with admin row. Okay, we are ending impersonating, and these are our 3 cases that we saw in ACLs. And something else that it's really cool for debugging is debug security rows. This is a functionality when we have a lot of rules, for example on a table or fields. We can see which are true and which are false. Now we go again to the contract repository, but from here We are now system administrator, and as you know, system administrator can do everything. Here down you can see all of the ACLs that are applying here, all of them. This in green means that they are returned true, and if I scroll down a bit, I hope there is something false, but no. Okay, we are going to test this debug security rule from another profile user, Andrew Och, for example. Impersonating again. Again, we go to the table. Let's see. Here we have some access control rules that return false. This is really helpful because we can see exactly how evaluate ACLs, and also, for example, we can see here some of the records. You see we here this, and for example we have here 2 on the field contract name that return true, but the third one return false. In ServiceNow we check ACLs in specific order from the most specific to most general. First it looks for field level ACL, like for example not here but at all incident dot short description, and only if needed moves on to the more general, like incident dot star. So that's how ACLs in ServiceNow works based on the role and conditions and script. That was for today. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video you can subscribe to our channel.